Today we are going to create a really cool watercolor effect like this in Affinity Photo. Hello my friends, and let's get started. So I selected this photo of a lion because I really like lions, and the first thing we want to do is to remove the background. So just go over here and select your selection brush tool and roughly paint over the background like this. Make sure it's set to pixel, so it's rasterized. It doesn't say image over here, it has to say pixel. And make sure you select the right layer. And then we click on Refine to give Affinity Photo a second chance to look at the selection. So set it to a good size, just brush over these parts. There we go. Okay, this is very nice. Then we do the same thing over here. Okay, perfect. Let's click on apply. And then we're going to click up here because now we have selected the background. We click up here and click on invert pixel selection. So we have selected the lion. And now go over here, right click on the layer and click on duplicate. And this will just duplicate everything we had inside of the selection. So now we can just deselect and you can see that just the lion is still here. By the way, another thing that I prepared is a paper texture in the background. You can find that online very easily. And what we want to do as a little bit of an extra step is to take a brush and set over here on the right side on brushes, go to painting and select a rougher brush like this one. And by the way, sorry, we don't need to go to the brush. We need to go to the smudge brush tool. So to the smudge brush tool, then we select the right brush over here, the right brush type, and set the flow to 100%, set a good size, and you just stroke over the picture. You can see it will smudge the picture, and this is called smudge painting. So we will use this to make our watercolor picture more look like an actual painting instead of just a photo with some color on it. So this is a very interesting and nice step. I have prepared that so not to waste your time. So let me delete that layer and show you the prepared layer. You can see I have painted, or I have smudged over all of the hair of the lion, and we can use this as a base. So this is our lion smudge layer now. And the next thing we want to do is go down here to adjustments and select levels, close that, and then also select black and white. This is very important. And you want to drag this into the lion smudge layer. So 1 and 2, put them in here. And we need that to adjust how the black and white values will be and how strong the contrast will be. And this is important to see how well the color works on the lion. Another thing you want to do right now is click on the lion layer and set it to multiply. This is important to, how can I say, mix it with the background, with the paper background. So if we zoom in here, you can see we have a very nice paper texture all over the lion. You can see here these vertical lines, little shadows. This is the paper in the background that we can see. There we go. So this is a very nice effect that makes it look more like an actual painting. The next thing now that we have to do is import different kind of pre-made watercolor textures and blend them with the lion picture. So let's do that. Go to File and Place. I downloaded a pretty big variety of different kinds of watercolor textures. You can find a lot of them online for free. So let's place this one. It's very high resolution. We don't need that right now. I will import 2 or 3 of them so we don't have to do all the process one by one. Let's take this one and this one, maybe also this one, open and place it here. And then we can all resize. Let's resize them all together. There we go. Make them small, put them in here. All right, and now we can use it for our picture. So let's hide the other ones and just work with one of them, the pink one down here. And you want to drag them also into the layer of the lion, but on top of the black and white and the levels adjustment. So don't drag it down here, because then it also becomes black and white. We don't want to have that. We just want the background to be black and white. And now it depends a lot on what kind of blend mode works the best. So you have to experiment a little bit to see what turns out in which way. For example, wait, I'm on the wrong layer. If you set it to lighten, it's a very nice effect, and lighten gives you the advantage that all the blacks will turn into color. So this is a nice way to do it, but you can also set it to screen, which has a very nice watercolor way to do things, but you can run into problems with black values. Doesn't do it right now. Let's see with overlay. Overlay is the one where you have the black colors. I'm sorry. Screen is the one where you don't have the black colors. In here you can see this is still black, but when I set it to screen, all the black parts are also colored in. So this is a nice way to do it. The problem with that is now if we take a second color and we would also set it to screen, this would block out the color in the overlaps. So this is why you have to experiment a little bit and see what works best and what kind of results you want to have. So let's set this maybe to overlay. This works better with the other colors in the background, like the dark parts of the lion. You can also set it to lighten. Let's see. Nope. Is this lighten? Oh, I have to drag it into the layer. Let's see. So we have to experiment a little bit to get good results for our picture. You can also use pin light or hard lights. There's a lot of different ways to do this, and just experiment around and see what works for you. This is not too bad. And now we can also adjust in the background our black and white values and level values to see how the picture turns out. So let's start with the levels. Push this in here a little bit, push this over here a little bit. And you can see, of course, this influences a lot on what is still in the background, and this influences how much color we see in the picture. So if we turn it to a lot of white, you can see that we just have a little bit left and a lot gets hidden. So this really comes down to what you want to have in the picture. Also with the black and white values, you can adjust how the colors transfer into the black and white picture. So again, you have a lot of adjustment possibilities to get the picture where you want it to be and to get the best results for your artwork. So there we go. Okay, I will leave it like that. Let's see with the yellow one. Always drag it in here into the lion layer. Let's see how we can mix this. Wait, this is not in here. Needs to be here. Okay, nice. Let's set this to lighten maybe. So that we get some good results from this. You can of course also rotate it to get it into another position where you think it might work better for your picture. This is a bit strange with the, let's see, put it here. Try different blend modes. Pin light works pretty good up here. In this case, we have a little bit of the problem that there is some holes in this picture, but that's not a problem really, because we can still use our in-paint brush to fix that. So I will just place this here. There's some black smudges down here. I will also delete that. To work with this, I will rasterize it now, this layer, rasterize it. There we go. And now I can take my in-paint brush here to fix some of these areas, to fill them with color based on what Affinity Photo is selecting for us. So this helps us cover up some of these parts who are completely transparent, so they wouldn't work as good for us. There we go. And let's remove with the erase brush these parts down here, maybe make it a little bit smaller. There we go, so we don't have these black smudges in our picture. All right, let's see here for the pink one again. Because this has the same problems, I will make it a little bit bigger. There we go. Rasterize it. Okay. Take the in-paint brush and fix these areas real quick. There we go. Also here. Is this? Oh, this is from the blue one. Okay. I also had some other brushes. No, sorry, some other textures that I want to use. Not this one, but this one, Artistic Paintings, it's called. And this has some stuff that looks a little bit like lion hair, so I thought this would be a good idea. Like this one, for example. By the way, always save. I will save right now. Save your file so you don't lose any data when the program might crash. Okay, now I will zoom out to resize the picture. And you will see that this is a really cool effect. You see? It has these stripes, so it's a really interesting way how this is painted. And this I think this works very well with the hair of the lion. And we will just erase the rest that we don't want to use. Let's see what kind of blend mode we're going to use in this case. Soft light. By the way, this is just one way to do watercolor effects. So there's a lot of different other ways, of course. I wanted to show you this one because it's very playful and artistic. You can do a lot with this. So this seems to be nice. I will delete some of the other parts. Let's see. Okay, I will rasterize this real quick and use the eraser in a bigger size this time. Not too big. Maybe, yeah, a bit bigger like this. Hardness to 0, and then wait, I will set it to normal for a short moment just so I can see where I'm erasing something. So this was the wrong position. I just wanted to erase it a little bit in the face so this is not getting into conflict. Let's set it back to our blend mode. I think it was pin light for this. There we go. Very nice. And the other thing that we could do with this, maybe the blue one should be different. It feels a bit strange down here. Let's see. Pin light also maybe? Darken? No, darken is not good. Lighten. Maybe pin light is a bit too colorful. I don't know. Hard light is kind of nice. Overlay. Do we actually need it right now? Ah, yeah, because we have this stuff down here, so we actually need this. Let's see. Soft light is kind of nice, but only if we erase a part of that other stuff over here. So let's erase some of this so we get more of the blue in here. It was a little bit too much. There we go. Okay. Let's resize this a bit maybe. Okay, nice. Good. I will take also the clone brush to bring a little bit more color down here. Nope, I was on the wrong layer, sorry. There we go. Clone brush. Paint it a little bit here, paint a little bit there. Okay, nice. Now we can still adjust our levels and black and white values to see if we can maybe get something that works better with the colors. This looks interesting. And then we will also add some color smudges on it. So let's see. Make it a bit more high contrast. This looks nice. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. I don't like this area up here. I want to do something with that. Let's see. I will just put it up here. So because it's covering up too much of the face of the line. It's such a beautiful face. Let's take again our clone stamp. Cover this up a little bit here. There we go. Maybe I take the smudge brush and smudge. Let's see if I smudge this area to make it a bit softer blending. Is that good? No, it was better before, right? A little bit down here. Okay, let's leave it like that. And import some of our smudges. Where do we have them? Here. There we have some interesting stuff. I will import multiple of them. Let's go. Oh, okay. Has already imported. I will save again so we're not losing any data. There we go, very nice. And we have them down here, up here in the corners. Sometimes they are really small. So they can look like they are hidden, but they're actually just small, but they still have the resolution. Don't get confused by how small they are. You can see they are full resolution, so it's really no problem. This is a bit strange. I think there was an error with the import, so let's delete this again, and we will just work with the others that we have right now. We don't need the blue one here. We can delete that. And I will now, because these are smudges, I'm not gonna put them into the lion layer, because if I would, oops, this is the wrong one. If I would put this, look at it, if I would put this into the lion layer, it gets cut off at the edge of the lion. So this wouldn't be ideal. You can see there where the hair ends of the lion, the picture would end. So, but because we want to create a smudge, it has to stick out of that, because it has to be like more of an artistic impression on that. So let's set this probably to multiply and find a nice position where we could put that. It's a little bit of a color explosion over here, so this could be cool in this area. That looks nice. And we will erase a little bit of that stuff, so let's rasterize it right here and take our eraser and just erase the parts that we don't want to use. There we go. There's a little bit of an edge here. Maybe I use another blend mode. That's strange. Ah, this is better. Okay, I will just set it to darken color. It still looks good, but I don't have the edges of the paper. So this is nice. And this works very nicely up here. Let's see what else we have. We have this one that could add some nice texture maybe over here. Let's go to darken color again. Make it a bit bigger maybe. Where could we use this? Well, I mean, we don't have to use the stuff. It's just a more giving us some potential to make it more artistic. Let's see. Try another blend mode. Let's see, one moment. This is kind of nice. Okay, let's rasterize that and take the erase tool again. Remove this part. And what else do we have? We have this one, which is very nice. And we will use this in a very special way. So let's see. I will use this, rasterize it right now. and then I will select my lasso and just take some of those. You see, I just select some that I want to use, like this, and again duplicate. With a right click, duplicate on the layer, so we have a duplicate now, and we can move just this part around and can use it wherever we want. Let's set it again to darken color. Maybe put it over here. And the cool thing now is, with this layer selected, go to Adjustments and go to HSL. And you can drag the HSL correction onto this layer. And now if you move this around, you can see you can create any kind of color you like. So this gives you the ability to just adapt the colors to whatever you feel would be beneficial for your painting. So maybe this kind of green is nice. And then we can go back here and take some more, maybe from another position. So we have a little bit of variation in that. What kind of do we want to use? Maybe this over here. There we go. Right click, duplicate. And we have it on a new layer. We'll deselect the selection, hide the other layer, and now we have this. Let's set it again to darken color or darker color, and we could use that maybe over here. Let's see. Or should we use it on the edges? One second. Where do I want to use this? Okay. Let's put an adjustment layer, HSL. Again, pull it into the layer that you want to affect by that. Adjust the colors so you have something that you like this, for example. And now I can still resize it, it's not a problem. It looks a bit strange, I don't know why. I thought this would fit better, but I don't know. Yeah, let's put it up here. Okay, I will import just one more, so I don't want to get too long today, I'm sorry. Let's use this one. I think this one didn't work before. Let's put it to darker color. Put our HSL layer on that for the adjustment. So you see today we have really a lot of layers to work with. And use it like this, maybe like that. Let's see if we can get something nice here. Could also mix it in another way, of course. No, not really. Okay, leave it like that. Adjust the colors again. There, that's better. So you get a bit of contrasting color over here. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so basically, I mean, you can play around for hours to create something interesting. But this is how you create this watercolor effect by just putting on these textures on the picture. And you have to play around a little bit with the different blending modes so it works out for you. And don't be shy to use these different adjustments on the layers, on any kind of layer you want. For example, this part here on the left, we could as well also use an HSL layer. Again, drag it in here. So it just affects this layer and just correct the color if you want to see something else in here. That is more to our taste. So this is really very artistic and very individual on what you want to reach with your artwork. Maybe I'm a bit more like this. Okay, good. Okay, thank you very much for watching. It was a pretty long tutorial today, and I hope you liked it. If you want to support me, I have a Patreon account. I will link it in the video description so you can support me. Of course, you get all the original file with all the layers. You can look what I did and use it for learning. Also, what I will change from this video on is that I will include all the links to the source material, not in the video description, but with the source file for my Patreon supporters. So it's more like an enticement for the people to support me and to have some added benefit to that. So thank you very much for supporting me, and see you in the next video. Bye.